I'm Jennifer Roig-Francolí, and this is our Monday guided embodied meditation for musicians. If you don't know me, I specialize in helping musicians with all kinds of blockages to great performance and success. And I have found over many, many years, I'm a professional violinist, by the way, I've found that one of the biggest obstacles, actually the biggest obstacle to making great art, great music, whether you're a beginner or an elite, world-class famous musician, it's always the same thing that gets in the way, and that is the mind. Our mind is our biggest obstacle. It's not that there's something wrong with your body or your hands and your pain prevents you from playing double stops in tune, which can be true. But why is there pain? Why is there hand pain when you play? Why are you sore in your neck, your shoulders, your arms? Why is it hard to hold your arms up for a very long time? Why do you get tired? Why do you get exhausted? Why do you worry about what the audience is thinking of you? All these questions, whether it's performance anxiety, physical discomfort, or just plain excess tension when you play, or you're not being able to get to the next level in your technique. Again, your skill level now is irrelevant. Why are you not being able to overcome those challenges that are holding you back from what you know deep down is possible for you as an artist? The answer to that is always your mind. Everything starts in the mind. All ideas start in the mind. And physical issues that we have in the body, of course they're physical, and sometimes you step on a nail, right? That's the fault, is the nail, right? However, we do create our experiences and we do interpret our experiences to mean one thing or another. And the way we think in response to an event, a stimulus, stepping on the nail, or seeing the critic in the front row in your performance, or seeing the hard part coming up in the music, how we respond, how we react to things is everything. Because you can respond in such a way that actually helps you in the next moment. That would be a constructive way of thinking. Or you can react in a way that causes you to compress a little more. We're always either going in the direction of more expansive easing, a flow, an energetic freedom within ourselves, or we're going in the opposite direction of more compression, tightness, and less flow and impeding our ability to move freely. So my work is called the Art of Freedom Method for Conscious Living and Masterful Artistry, and I help musicians apply the universal principles of the Alexander technique. I'm a double certified Alexander teacher, have been for many years. I teach musicians how to apply principles of how the mind and body work together to allow for more ease, flow, inspiration, ease in the mind and body and spirit. So in this guided embodied meditation that I'm now offering every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern on YouTube and on Facebook. By the way, if somebody could tell me if this is working, I would love to know, because I'm not seeing any comments coming up. So I would love it if somebody could just send me a quick note to tell me if you're seeing me. And I'm also checking on my phone. Okay, I see that I'm live, so that is great. Good, so let's dive in. If you want a full introduction to how I'm doing this meditation, you can go either into my Facebook group. If you're not a member, come join. It's great. It's called The Musician's The Musician's Advantage with Jennifer Roig-Francolí. Or on YouTube, there is an introductory video that I did a couple weeks ago. So I'm not going to do as much talking about what we're doing, actually. If you want more, you can go watch this. Oh, good. Kenya, hi. Thank you for telling me, Facebook users, that this is working. I really appreciate it. Okay, good. So let's just start. The best way to start anything is to pause for a split second or longer. So you're just going to pause. And in this pause, I want you to come back to yourself. Pay a little less attention to what you're seeing and hearing on the screen, on your phone, on your laptop, and really check in with yourself. Make yourself the center of your universe again, which it always is, but we forget. Be present to yourself as the center of your life. You are number one. You're the only person with you 24/7. You can learn to be your best teacher, your own best teacher, and meditation is one of the best ways to become better at that. So come back to yourself and just ask yourself, what am I noticing about myself right now? What am I noticing about my body right now? What's showing up? And by the way, what we're doing right now is a little taste of something we call IMA in Primal Alexander. I specialize in teaching the Alexander technique hands-free. I've been doing this for many years. It has nothing to do with the pandemic. This is by choice. I love, love, love teaching with an emphasis on the thought. So hands-free Alexander technique, specifically Primal Alexander, developed by Mio Morales. That is the method I teach within the Art of Freedom. So whatever your body is feeling, just notice that. Whatever your mood is, whatever your emotions are right now, just notice. No judging, just notice. We're just taking an inventory. We're being here now. Ima means now in Japanese. That's the name of this little coming back to ourselves that we're doing right now. And specifically, let's ask, what am I noticing about my body right now? Right now, I'm noticing just a little tension in the back of my neck. Great. Be happy that you notice anything, whether you think of it as positive or negative. Just notice. Take stock of what's actually happening right now. Now I'm noticing a little easing in my left foot and a little easing in my right arms. A little easing in that area of my neck that I just noticed tension a moment before. Keep asking. Keep moving your attention around in your body. Don't get stuck in any one place. Be curious and open to whatever shows up. If you have a lot of pain, just notice. Don't judge it. Get curious. Find a different place in your body. No two places in your body ever feel exactly the same. I want you to start fine-tuning the little differences that you notice between different parts of your body. What do you notice right now? Let it shift, let it change. That's the nature of your life, is change. Let things change. Don't get stuck. Let your attention move around. If you're noticing things outside your body, great. Just notice what you notice. Go back and forth. What do you notice inside your body? What do you notice outside your body? And seeing the leaves on the trees moving. And noticing that it's so lively outside and so still inside my house. Now come back to your body. What do you notice? What's showing up? Thank you for your comments, by the way. Hi, Adisha. Nice to have you here. Yes, and if anybody just wants to throw something into the comments at any time, I always look at the comments. If not immediately during the session, I always come back afterwards. So please, if you have questions, I love when people ask me questions. Just throw them out there, put them into the comments, and I will come back to them. Okay, so now that we're a little more present to our experience in the moment, let's do the cycle. The cycle, if you're not familiar with it, please watch one of my intro videos. Watch, there are 2 intro videos with the cycle, but the most up-to-date one is the first introduction I did to this embodied guided meditation from a couple of weeks ago, so you might want to watch that one. It's on YouTube and it's also in my Facebook group, The Musician's Advantage with Jennifer Roig-Francolí. Come join if you're not a member yet. Good, so now we've checked in with the body. Let's do the cycle, which is the first awareness etude I teach all of my students. It is a Primal Alexander awareness etude created by Mio Morales, my partner. And it goes like this. We're going to cycle through all 10 fingers one at a time, starting with the thumb. You're going to hold the thumb very gently, softly, no squeezing. So softly hold your thumb, and then rest your hands. You don't have to hold them up. On each finger, I'm going to count to 4. After each number, we're going to ask a simple question. Simple, but very important. Write down the words so you don't change them. 95% of the people I do this with change the words without realizing it. You want the specific words. It's very important. I'm not going to say why because then this will get too long. I'm going to say the question out loud for a little while, and then I'll gradually taper off, and that's when you can take over and mentally ask the question after each number for yourself in your mind. That's all we're going to do. It's important to ask this question in a way that does not require an answer. A moment ago, we checked in with the body. We noticed what was happening inside the body. Now we're going to rise above the body and ask this question in a way that you just ask the question and throw it up and out there in a very carefree, light manner where you ask the question and then it's gone. Let the question disappear. You're asking it with your whole self, but you don't care about getting an answer. This is different from most of our lives where we're conditioned to ask questions and come up with answers. This is not like that. This is a curiosity, a wondering experience where you're just asking this question and you're letting it go up and out. So let's do the cycle. Starting with the thumb. 1. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 2. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 3. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 4. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? Index finger. We're now holding this finger, resting in it. 1. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 2. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 3. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 4. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? Middle finger. 1. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 2. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 3. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 4. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? Ring finger. You're going to keep asking the whole question, but I'm going to taper off little by little. 1. Where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 2. Where else? 3. Where else? 4. Where else? 2 rails, 3 rails, 4 rails. Other hand. Don't concentrate on this. Turn down the level of the intensity in how you're thinking. Let it be less and less intense. So you're almost not even thinking the thought. You think it, you ask it, you let it go, like a cloud on the wind. 1, where else do I seem to be easing a bit? 2, where else? 3, where else? 4, where else? Index finger. 1, where else? 2, where else? 3, where else? 4, where else? Good. Middle finger. 1, where? 2, 3, 4. Ring finger. 1, where else? 2, 3, 4. Forgot to mention to keep your eyes open. It's okay if you had them closed until now, but just open them up now. Thank you. 1, where else? 2, 3, 4. Good, so what we just did takes less than 3 minutes, even if it feels really long. It's short, it's easy, and it is the best warm-up before you practice. I challenge everybody here to do the cycle twice a day for a week, and let me know what happens. Okay? I've taught this to hundreds of people, everybody, with one exception that I can remember, of somebody where nothing happened. And she told me. Of course, maybe sometimes people don't tell me, but I've had so many people, hundreds of people, tell me they've noticed a change. And if you're one of the people who feels a little different now after having done the cycle, if you want to throw a word into the comments just to say what you noticed, that would be lovely. It's always helpful for other people to realize they're not alone. So let's move on. Oh, I just wanted to say really quickly, there are a lot of reasons to keep your eyes open during the cycle, but there are 2 obvious reasons. 1, you're less likely to get sleepy. By the way, if you get sleepy during the cycle, that's totally normal. People tend to get sleepy when they first learn this because most of us rush through life and we mask our feelings of exhaustion and tiredness by doing. And then when you actually stop and let go, finally your system is allowed to show you that you're tired. So that's very common. If that's happening to you, it's normal. That means you need to listen to your body more and really let yourself rest more if you're finding it very hard to stay awake or to pay attention when you're doing the cycle because you're tired. So listen to your body. That's a big part of why we do embodied meditation in my work. But most of us are really not in touch with our bodies. So we need to get in touch with our bodies, and then we are learning how to actually rise above the body and really learn how to control the mind in the most positive way. That's how you make great music. This is how the best athletes, the best artists do what they do and make it seem effortless. It's because they have what Alexander called conscious constructive control of their attention, of themselves, the whole self. My work is all about bringing your whole self to what you do with conscious awareness. So the other reason, besides not wanting to fall asleep. The other reason you want to have your eyes open during the cycle is because, I mean, obviously when you're reading music, you want your eyes open, right? You can't read music, you can't watch a conductor, you can't watch the people you're playing with, you can't see your audience with your eyes closed. We want to learn how to be very in tune with our inner experience and very responsive to the outer environment, so that there's actually no difference between the inward and the outward. It's really one experience. There is only one, there's only one, right? If you think about it, we're actually made up of mostly space. Think of an atom. It's made up of space, right? So how is this body, which seems so physical, like hard, right? These bones are hard. How is it possible that this physical body is the same as the air around us? It actually is when you look at the atomic level. So it's not just physics, it's also just like there's one substance, one self. And when you are meditating, doing the cycle with your eyes open with this intention, it's a way of releasing the ideas that cause us to believe there is a separation. When you're making music, you want to feel one with your experience. You want to totally, fully embody the joy of making music, and you want to share it with your audience, right? And so learning how to let that be one thing so that there's no separation between you and the audience, then there's no fear. This is about union. This is about a unified experience. That's love, right? That's the experience of loving the inward, loving the outward, and realizing that we are all just one. And this is not some abstract idea. This is actually the truth that we live on an everyday, minute to minute, moment to moment basis, but we're just not aware of it. So we need to become more aware of this, and that's how you overcome fear and performance anxiety and pain. Physical pain is healed when you go in this direction. You've got to start in the mind and learning how to notice when you're interfering with your thoughts, notice when your beliefs are getting in the way, and learning how to just be curious and let go and admit that you don't really know. And so what? So let's move on now and do just 5 minutes of silent meditation together. Now you can experience the silent meditation however you want. If you have your own practice, go for it, right? If you have a religious practice, go for it. You can do whatever you want. I'm just going to sit here and be with all of you who want to be here together. We're going to connect, everyone here who's live, and also if you're watching the replay, let's forget that forget about time and space, all right? We're just here having the same experience now when we choose to do so. So I also like to set another intention for these Monday videos. There's so much that is messy in the world right now. So I'd like to offer this for not only individual peace for each of us uniquely, but also for the collective world peace and for the health of the planet. So with that, I'm going to look at my clock, and it'll be approximately 5 minutes where you can have your eyes open or closed, whatever you like. Okay? So starting now, let's be here now, silently. Meet me again whenever you feel like it on Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern. And if you want to learn how to make the connection between what we've done today and your actual music making, whatever instrument you play, whether you're a singer, conductor, composer, violinist, piccolo player, doesn't really matter what your instrument or musical specialty is, but so that this doesn't seem so abstract. That's one problem I think that people have with the way they usually meditate. People think of meditation as this thing that you do separate from life, and then you do your life, right? And hopefully meditating, when you sit down and do a few minutes of meditation, hopefully it'll calm you down and relieve some of your stress. I mean, it should, right? That's one of the things meditation is known to help with. It's mainstream now. But hopefully it'll help with that, and then maybe your life will get better. So, but people think of it as a separate thing. And yes, you do, it's good to set aside a little time every day. Like right now, we've taken a little time away from our musical instruments and away from our jobs, whatever we do, to just meditate. Yes, but the awareness etudes in Primal Alexander, like TheCyCle, they are designed to help you make the meditation, take the meditation into your daily life, into what you're doing. So my specialty is to help you take the calm and the easing and the flow that you can experience in the cycle, and to bring that into the most complex, challenging mind-body coordination tasks of playing your instrument, of reading music, of memorizing, of learning new techniques. Like, how do you do that in such a way that you are still present to the peace inside of you, so that it's not stressful and hard work? No, we don't need to work hard. We need to work smart. I teach smart practice methods that include the whole self. So we're not excluding the body. We're not excluding the feet when we play our instruments. We're including the whole physical body, but also we're including awareness of the emotions. We're honoring and respecting our emotions. If you don't want to practice one day, notice what happens to your body when you're resisting practicing. That resistance, that tension in the body, it's mental emotion, it's mental and emotional and physical resistance. And if you bring that to your practicing, guess what? Your double stops are going to be harder to play. It's not going to be as musically expressive, and you're not going to have as much fun. So how to overcome that kind of resistance? That's one of the big things that we talk about in the Art of Freedom method. So if you want to learn how to make all of this very practical, how to really be with yourself when you're practicing and on stage in front of 1,000 people. I've been there. I performed at Carnegie Hall 4 times in my life. I've performed with the Berlin Symphony, the Pittsburgh Symphony as soloist. I know what I'm talking about, not to brag, but just saying, I've been there. I know what it's like to be on stage. I'm performing the 4 Seasons with an orchestra in June, actually. I'm excited. So anyway, if you want to learn how to make this practical, so it's not just meditating for a few minutes a day and then just mindlessly going through the rest of your day and practicing hard because you have a concert coming up, just contact me. Right? I'm easy to find. I'm easy to communicate with. You can contact me through YouTube, through Facebook Messenger, put a comment down here, or email me directly at jennifer@artoffreedom.me. That's .me. Find my website if you want to know more. It's www.artoffreedom.me. And just send me a message. Also, if you're enjoying these sessions, please let me know. I love getting your feedback. Share this video if it's been helpful for you. I would greatly appreciate it. Everybody could use a little more time to come back to themselves and find peace within and share it. Share that. The world is in desperate need of inner and outer healing and peace. So thank you very, very, very much for being here, and I'll see you next week. Have a beautiful, peaceful day and a great practice session if you're practicing today, or a great performance, and lots of love. Bye-bye.